welcome to the Fat Girl Friday show. Today we are discussing...
On Sunday, by the way.
Yes, the Fat Girl Friday show on Sunday. We're discussing the power that limiting beliefs hold over us and why releasing them is so important to getting everything that you want in life. We're also going to show you a little sneak peek of some limiting beliefs that Lauren and I have that we are about to knock right out the door. And we're going to also give you some insight into what process we use to overcome it. So, if you don't know me, I'm Steph Hendel, and I am a certified health coach, personal trainer, and a mindset and emotional breakthrough expert.
And I'm Lauren Clayton. I'm an integrative health practitioner. I have a master's in psychology, and I integrate psychology and nutrition for breaking old habits and getting fast results. I'm also a certified yoga teacher and life coach. So yeah, that's what we do. And together we are Fat Girl Fitness. Fat Girl Fitness stands for, or the FATT in Fat Girl Fitness stands for psychology, health, attitude, training, and transformation. We're all about transformation here. So, yeah. Yay. And so we are discussing, actually, Steph, why don't you tell them, we're recording on Sunday, today is Sunday, instead of Friday, because, and we'll post this again on Friday, but Steph's going to be traveling.
Yeah, so my fiance Josh and I got invited to a leadership retreat in Utah with a really great company that we love, Redmond. They make earth paste toothpaste and clay and all kinds of amazing products, and they brought a few industry leaders out just to brainstorm, and it's going to be really amazing. And I know that a lot of that's going to be stuff that we bring to you in future episodes and everything. So I'm going to be there all week long, and that means Fat Girl Friday got moved to Sunday this week.
Yeah, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled time next week.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're talking about limiting beliefs and how to break through them. And we all have that one thing that kind of is like, why is that still there? Why am I having trouble? It's usually in the Department of Health, Wealth, or Relationships, where you want something and you think about it and you try to work towards it, but something is holding you back. And it's like, why don't I have exactly what I've been wanting for so long? And it's because you have a limiting belief that is blocking you, or the energy from completely manifesting in the way that you want it to.
Yeah, and those limiting beliefs can be things that we don't even know are there. So the thing that I'm going to talk about today is something that I didn't realize was in my area or my mind or anything. I didn't realize it was holding me back. Is yours that too, or were you more aware of it?
Well, yeah, we always have. Typically, we're unconscious to it, and then it kind of starts to come up. We'll get hints or whatever, and then it comes into our consciousness. And that, I think a lot of that work is just around having an accountability buddy, someone to talk to, someone that'll call you out on your stuff because they care about you enough to actually do that, not just be like, oh, no, that's okay. No, like someone that'll really be like, you know what? You probably need to step it up here, or I notice that you always do this when this comes up, and that's how you bring those things into a reality, or just to your consciousness, like what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, we've been really blessed that we have come together on everything, because, it's nice to do something and speak something and Lauren says, is that what you really want? Is that what you really mean? Or did you mean to switch your words around to a more powerful thing? And vice versa. And it's just, it's wonderful to have somebody who cares enough about you to just say, hey, I know you have goals to be even better and to take yourself to the next level, but the thing you're doing is contradicting that. Do you want to do that? And then you say, no, of course I don't.
Right.
Anybody who's watching, we'd like to invite you to, for sure, say hello, say where you're watching from, and if you have questions that come up, as always, we would love to answer any and just hear from you and hear how you feel about this topic and everything. So
did you want to start with your limiting belief that has been there? And I think that we just meeting weekly and going over our goals has really transformed.
Gosh, yes. It's just bringing new awakenings all the time. So my limiting belief that really came up for me strongly this week is I realized that I wasn't allowing myself to believe that I could fully have it all. And funny enough, I've been coaching quite a few people on them not having it all as well. So you always attract like things. And I was feeling like, yes, I have that belief, because here's the thing about limiting beliefs is you can think you have one belief, but then really have another. And you can have both feelings in a day. You know, you fluctuate between up and down feelings all over the place. So I could say that 90% of my day, I feel like I believe I have it. I can have it all. And then 10% little things sprinkled in might not believe that.
And what area of your life do you think you were having the most limiting beliefs about?
Yes, so specifically finances. The amount of money I'm drawing in and the abundance of it and the wealth and everything. That was really the specific area, because a lot of other areas I feel very strongly that, yes, I can have that, and I do have that, you know, relationships and health and career, all are very, very extremely fulfilling. Then the finance element of it comes in, and I go, what happened there? Why is that part not quite as up to speed with everything else? And I realized as Lauren and I were having a meeting that I had a conference that I went to, and I went to it 2 different times, and they brought the same belief into the conference both times, which was, they said, when one thing comes into balance, another thing goes out. And they said it so
not true.
matter-of-factly, and yes, let's get that out right away.
That's a scarcity thing.
False.
Yeah.
But they made it so matter-of-fact, and these were coaches teaching coaches. And at the time, I looked up to what they were doing, so I really did believe them. And I told Lauren that even at that moment, I said to myself, well, I don't know if I don't believe that. That sounds limiting, but I was in this mode where I was so receptive to them that I took it on, and I felt so many times since then that when something starts going well, I go, oh, well, then something else goes out of balance.
Not true at all.
No.
And then so
how limiting is that?
Exactly. And I think it's also people like doing marketing things to like, oh, if you're not in our program, something will be out of balance. It's a way to kind of keep you hooked.
Exactly.
That's one. And so it was good that you brought that to your consciousness, because then you can release it. And my thing around that, around finances, was especially because we both have our own private practices. And so when I started mine, I think my unconscious or subconscious fear was like, am I providing enough value to people? Am I like a strong enough practitioner? Am I this? Even though I have gotten like amazing feedback from everywhere that I worked or interned or anything, it was just like, how do I do this on my own? All of those things, like, can I do this on my own? And just like a sense of like value and worthiness. I think a lot of people, maybe like women, have like that thing about like, am I being valuable? That all of those things were coming up for me like strong. And so because of that, I don't think I was charging enough. And then just doing too many things for free. I'm a big, like, I really open myself up to my clients, make myself available. But like just going too far, and it was not a good business model for a while. So, and now things are just, and it's kind of like, it's interesting at first when you start to get clients that are like, how much, and it's like, okay, I expect this amount of money for the services I'm providing. Like, you're putting a value, you're putting a number on it. And I just remember being so sheepish about that at first, like, well, you know, and it's like, no, this is what I charge, and what you're going to get is invaluable, but this is what I charge.
Yeah, and so what's the process that you go through, Lauren, that helps you release a limiting belief like that? Or what process would you recommend for a client or someone else?
Well, for me and for clients also, but specifically for releasing that, what I did was I wrote down everything like that I bring in terms of value to people. And I'm not just talking about like, I have, you know, friends, or I've had people just like walk up to me and they're like, you know, what I like, there's something about you, that whole thing kind of. It's not like some dude trying to hit on me, which happens too. I'm talking about like, you know, like I'll just have someone come up to me and just say like, oh, like you have a good energy about you or whatever. So even like knowing that my presence brings value to people. And what I do for a living, and like I always give people advice, and I feel like I'm a good resource for things in terms of nutrition and health and psychology. So really writing it down and believing it and I've asked for people for feedback. I'm like, what value do I bring to your life? And where do you think I can improve? And that is really illuminating, and I ask the right people, the people that actually care about me. When you get that kind of feedback and you could really be receptive to it, and not in a defensive way, just really hear it and accept the compliments and not shy away from the compliments, and also accept any kind of constructive feedback that someone has for you. It could be very, very healing and helpful.
Yeah.
What about you, Steph?
Oh, for me, a lot of times it's building up this new belief that is so much more strong emotionally for me than the past one, because the reason we hang on to limiting beliefs is because emotionally we back them up. We can feel it in our whole body, the truth of it. Thinking back to that retreat, or not the retreat, but the conference, I linked an emotional feeling to that. I remember when I heard it even, I went, ugh, that sucks. It was, and it can be good emotional or bad emotional, and in that case I linked bad emotional. But for me now, it would be linking just the power of having it all, and that when I'm not having it all, I'm depriving the world, because if I have it all, because I have it all, I can inspire other people to have it all for themselves. If I'm not doing it myself, I can't inspire it in you. And so that feeling to me is a really good emotional feeling. Like, wow, I'm doing the opposite of what I want to do with my life if I'm believing that I can't have it all. So I start to think about that, and then I start to reinforce it, and I think about it over and over and over, just like a mantra or an affirmation, until the other one gets so small. The other belief before was like this, and the positive belief was here. Now we outweigh it, and that one gets teeny tiny, and the positive belief gets huge.
And yeah, exactly. And and so when you have a thought and it's linked with an emotion, it's really, that's how you create neural pathways in your brain. And neural pathways are just all belief systems. So in order to rewire your brain, you get to believe the new thing. So for this one, like money flows to you all the time, and like having an emotion behind it. You must, anytime you want something in life, you have to have an emotion attached to it. It really, really helps. Like just to be like, yes. Because if you're like, and I'm abundant, and it's not going to do anything. So you have to be like, yes, and in every cell of your body, because you are changing on a cellular level. So rewiring your brain in that way, you must have an emotion attached to it. And also, I was going to say something else about...
How you release it?
No, about like the belief system. Okay, yeah.
We're back. So if it comes up for you, definitely jump in. Hey, Marie, by the way.
Hi, Marie.
Anybody else watching, say hello, write your name, write where you're joining us from. Marie, we don't know where you live. Can you let us know where you live or where you're watching from? You don't have to give us your address or anything. So the way Lauren and I like to phrase this process, write it, burn it, replace it. We talked about write it. We talked about replace it. I gave the finger right there. Lauren, can you talk about burn it?
Yeah, so I think, so what I do when I am releasing something is I get a piece of paper out, blank piece of paper, and I wrote, I am breaking all ties with whatever it is. So, like we were talking about, like and however you want to word it. I am breaking all ties with negative relationships, with finances, money, whatever it is. And then I fold the paper, and then I burn it, and just burn it in my sink, and it's kind of like you're having a little funeral for it, and it really goes down the drain, and that you're done with that. And then I take a moment to experience like my new self since I released that, and what that looks like.
Yeah, and what it feels like. That is such a visual process to see it written, to burn it, and to, like, when you burn it physically, it like burns it into your mind. Like, that is gone. See ya. Bye, old belief. That's not me anymore.
And I also I keep people around me to remind me to continue to be in that place, and that I don't get to do that. Like, my limiting belief is telling Steph about earlier, is that I'm never in good enough shape for whatever event is coming up. I'm not in good enough shape for the summer. I'm not, it's just always constantly, that's been a story that I tell myself all the time.
Yeah.
And so we were taking pictures, and then I was like, oh, I was going to do a bathing suit picture, but I'm not in good shape. And I was like, no. And Steph held me accountable for it, and she's like, just take the damn picture, right? And they turned out great. I mean,
they look awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, why am I doing that constantly, to like putting myself in a place that does not serve me at all? So constantly rewiring your brain, helping people, or keeping people around you that keep you accountable.
Yeah, it's very, very helpful if you have a friend and you can just say to them, hey, this is something I'm ready to let go of. Lauren knows mine now, I know hers, and we can just kind of keep up to date with that and make sure it's going well and make sure we're practicing it. It's beyond powerful.
Right. And it's also it's important to release things, because you have to make space for good to come in. If once you released your thing about finances, more money flowed in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Same thing for me. It was just like such a confidence thing, and like so much anxiety and judgment was gone from my space that it's like, why was I even doing that?
Yeah. And there are layers of the onion to peel back. We all have so many of them. That's what Lauren and I base our work off of with their clients, is just peeling back those layers of the onion. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's got them. And it's just a matter of how willing are you to dive into that and figure out what they are. And if you're willing to do that, then you're going to experience life on a very deep, very fulfilling level. Because the more you ignore the layers, the more you just suffocate yourself and stuff yourself into a box of like, well, this is just how it is.
Yeah. We are all about improving ourselves every single day. It's like, how are we leveling up today, and then this week, and then this month and year?
Yeah.
So, and we invite you to do that too. That's what life's about.
Absolutely.
And Marie's in Redlands.
Oh, Redlands. I don't know where that is. Is that around here?
Not really.
No. Okay. California, though?
But California, yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. The other thing, I remember what I was going to say now.
Yay!
About like having it all and stuff like that, because I feel like people could take that term like, whatever, bitch. But like really, our natural state is joy and happiness and affluence and abundance. By affluence, I mean just being fulfilled in every area of your life, however that looks for you. And that's our natural state. If there's something that you desire, it's because you're supposed to have it. It's not just this thing, or
it's waiting for you.
That's like, that you can never have. It's waiting for you to take and receive. So, and we talk about that a lot. Anything that we want, it's just waiting for you. So know that having it all, or being in complete abundance, is how you should be constantly.
Yeah, the issue, or not the issue, but the idea of having it all, I want to take that into a little bit more depth too, which is that a lot of times we base our beliefs off of what we see around us, what's happening, which is why it's really powerful to surround yourself with a really good, positive environment and people that you want to be like. And a lot of times you can surround yourself with people who work really hard at their jobs, and you can look at the higher ups in your career, and if none of them are in great shape, then nobody's saying it to you, but your mind is automatically compiling and putting together that if you're successful in this career, you're not in good shape. And so you're just automatically playing that game of like deducting that you can't, you subconsciously think, I can't be in great shape because other people aren't. So then of course you make that belief true. And if you believe that, you create it.
Absolutely. And every single thing is energy. So you want to be around the energy that you want to become, or that you like. I like being out of my comfort zone. I like being, so just always surrounding yourself, eating like the type of foods, like everything is like vibration and energy. So you have to take that seriously. If someone's draining or negative or anything like that, it's like you don't need to be around them. And actually, this is reminding me of one of my favorite books everyone should read, called The Compound Effect.
Oh,
amazing. I mean, game-changing book in terms of like just getting your shit together and taking it to the next level. Please read that. But he talks about be like wanting to have this beautiful house in Tiburon, California, which is a very like affluent neighborhood. So what he did every day was he would sit there for lunch. If you're familiar with that area, he'd go to Sam's, and you could sit outside and look at the houses there. And he just was in that area. He didn't do anything differently. He's just like, one day I'm going to own that house. I know I'm going to own that house. But every day he was just there with like this very affluent community. And just by osmosis or being in that energy, he just started making a lot more money, Then he just decided to go for a walk, and that house was for sale. And he bought that damn house. So that's what I'm saying is just like if you want something, you really have to immerse yourself, kind of drench yourself in whatever you want. In your mind, too. Always having the type of like kind of affluent or whatever it is, like thoughts that you want. About your body, about your health, wealth, career, anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings up another story in my mind of Mastin Kipp, the guy who made The Daily Live. He lived in his car for a while, and he was living in LA, like on these streets of very affluent people. Same idea, where he was just surrounding himself with what he was desiring, and then he went on, things started popping off for him. But yes, you want to just put yourself into that submersive environment and maybe
think those thoughts and feel it.
Yeah, and we live in such a blessed time in life, and we have all this technology and YouTube, like things like that. Find a bunch of people online. If you don't have any around you in your hometown,
it's true, yeah.
Fill your mind with it. When I want to go to my next level, I find the experts on it.
Yes.
I download their audiobooks, their books, like anything I can, and they are in my ears. They're my friends. They're hanging out with me.
Yeah, I don't watch TV. I don't really. I listen to music at the gym, or what I mean, but I don't let any garbage come in. I'm always downloading stuff from like just books online from successful people constantly.
Yeah, and that's just a powerful way you can do it, so no excuses. So those are our main tips for you. It's write it, burn it, replace it.
Yeah. Replace it to release it.
Replace it to release it, yes. We love that. So before we go, a couple housekeeping items. We are releasing a free video series, which we are so excited about. What did Marie say? Your thoughts create your reality.
Your thoughts do create your reality.
Agreed.
Thoughts are things.
Yeah. Anybody with questions, send them in, by the way. I meant to say that earlier.
So, how we were just talking about, like, checking in on or keeping each other accountable?
Yeah.
And, using the right type of language. So I'm going to say not housekeeping, but like super fun things.
Oh,
they're definitely not
Thank
housekeeping.
you, Lauren. Thank you.
Yeah, that's like what your boss says to you. These are like...
And we changed homework, too. You don't have to do any homework with us.
Yeah, they're just ways to engage. But yes, so go ahead.
So things that we have that are so fun and exciting is we have a free 3-video training series, which is called the Dream Body Project, and that is just showing you some amazing ways to get into better shape, to lose a little extra weight if that's where you're at, that's one of your goals right now, and it's great food. We show you what real healthy food is. We show you an ab and booty workout that you can do from your house with us, full on. Ways to maintain, ways to motivate yourself.
Like
They're
a mindset
really
one.
Good. We've put a lot into these videos, and you're going to get a lot out of them.
Yeah, and it's just a little gift for you guys that we created. Yep. And we have a lot more that we're creating for you, so stay tuned for that.
Yay! It's you can find it on PHATTGirlFitness.com. Our website is up, so it's spelled the same way, PHATTGirlFitness, PHATTGirlFitness.com. And it's called the Dream Body Project, the training series. So you can go and register and get that right now if you want to. And what was our other thing? Oh, the private group, of course. If you're not
family
in the private group, the family, get in there. There's some good stuff going on, and we're going to make a private free bonus video for everybody in there right after this, too. So, like, you're going to want to get that. To sign up, look up Fat Girl Fitness Family. Family is spelled with a PH. And just click to join the group, and we'll approve you.
And then also we can do more like personal, answering questions on a deeper level for you guys there, as opposed to our page.
Yeah.
So yeah, just join, say what's up.
Yes, and then final things, if you haven't already liked our page or subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that and leave us some comments. We love reading and hearing from you all. So just say hi, say what's up, say what you got out of this video, what you enjoyed, and yeah, like and subscribe. So thank you for being here on a Sunday instead of a Friday this time. We'll be back after this, the next Friday, regular, as Lauren said in the beginning.
All right. Good to see y'all. Thanks for watching.
Okay, bye.